All right, so I just wanted to show y'all the great lengths that they are going to try to stop me from sitting down anywhere. So if you notice, this is a really big ass fucking tractor. So normally I sit right here. Sometimes I have other places where I sit in the community and I'm pregnant. So they are having like police harassing me, Ku Klux Klan members harassing me, and then they have Hispanics coming and staging things like this where I sit, and they expected to just tear up the road like this up in my face where I sit and try to stop me from sitting here. So it is Sunday, and normally they don't do any work on Sunday in the area. It's just throughout the week. As I was sitting right here resting this Sunday morning before I get up and go to the store and go get me some food to eat, they're trying to starve me pregnant in the area, trying to kill my baby. I'm about to win a lawsuit. This man came and started sitting on the tractor out of that truck and getting on the phone and sitting in my face, like trying to stop me from sitting down here. So I'm actually going to sit here real quick, how I was sitting. And, I was relaxing and I heard this male's voice right here. And I was like, okay, hold on. Is it Sunday or is it Monday? Like, so I go and turn on my phone was plugged up. So I went to get my phone. And as soon as I grabbed my phone, he just ran across the street. He jumped off the trailer and ran across the street. And I was like, oh yeah, they think they slick. He gonna try to hurry up and run across the street as soon as I grab my phone. And I'm like, that's okay. I was about to get up anyway and, go get me some food and whatever. I can just find somewhere else to sit. But they have Ku Klux Klan members harassing me at other locations where I sit. And then they're trying to have the police surrounding me, trying to harass me at other locations where I sit. And what they're trying to do is kill a baby that I am carrying. Okay, so God also wanted me to show, um, God wanted me to show this device right here. They're beating up the road around me with this really big device. So what happens is that they're targeting me around Houston, and I'm pregnant, and they have me outside trying to start my baby. So as soon as I got to this area where I am, um, I was over here, peacefully sitting in the area, and the road was normal. So they just started surrounding me with so-called worker crews, and then they just started tearing up the road around me so they can constantly have Hispanic males staged around me, trying to set me up with the Ku Klux Klan in the area. So it got so bad to where they have staged themselves around me up and down the road. So like wherever I am. And so this is somewhere that is a place where I sit down. And then they are tearing up the road literally right in front of my face, where I sit sometimes. And then they're trying to target me at other locations where I sit down. And then they're trying to portray me as if I am a bum on the street by harassing me like this, trying to harass me from locations where I sit down. Okay, so everybody just surrounded me in the parking lot in the gang. I asked everybody in the parking lot, telling them all that I am pregnant, and they all denied me the food and tried to starve the baby to death. I have everybody's license plate number. Okay, so as I am loading the video about Texas Children's not giving my infant the medical care that I am carrying on my channel, Queen Andrea Antoinette Jones, I just loaded it on Melbourne's Mother. They're playing with the video upload. They kept pushing it back to zero, kept pushing it back to zero, kept pushing it back to zero. I was about to say, can you please load the video about my infant not getting the medical care at Texas Children's Medical Facility right now in the name of Jesus? He starts coming over here saying, man, get up. Man, get up. They can see you on the camera. I said, I'm not a man. He knows I'm not a man. He knows that my name is Andrea Jones and that I'm not being given medical care at Texas Children's Women's Pavilion and that they're trying to starve my baby to death in the area. And I'm trying to load the video on Wi-Fi about them trying to starve my baby to death. I start to cut on my camera to see that he's harassing me about loading the video at a public library. And I said, hold on, I'm coming. I said, hold on, I'm coming. I'm about to get up. He starts threatening me and saying, they can see you, they're going to call the police. I said, nobody's going to call the police. So I'm getting up, but I'm going to tell what you're over here trying to do. You're trying to starve my baby to death. You are trying to starve my baby to death with the Ku Klux Klan. And you are intervening while I'm loading the video on Wi-Fi about my infant not getting the medical care, trying to stop the video from being on my channel. That's what you are doing. Yeah, okay, nothing. You know what you're doing. That's why you tried to overtalk me and threaten me and my baby with police. That's fine, man. To hell with you. Have a good one. I will. And I'm about to win $250 million. And you're trying to frame me outside with a basket and trying to threaten me with police and trying to help them get away with gang raping my little boy at 2 years old for racism. I am Andrea Jones. I curse you in the name of Jesus. Now shut your smart mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. So they are framing me at a location where the Wi-Fi is not good. This is a public library, and he's harassing me. This is a public library. It is a public Houston library. You are a liar. You are a liar. You are a liar. Shut up. Shut up talking to me. You are lying. He's over here trying to set us up with the Ku Klux Klan. Shut up! You need to be quiet. Now he's coming up behind my back as I'm leaving. Be quiet talking to me. Trying to frame us with the Ku Klux Klan. Get out of here with that coonery. We're about to win $250 million. Go back to your sorry, low-paying job. Get the hell away from me and my infant. They over here framing us outside without medical care. Stop following me and my child, trying to stop me from loading the footage of my baby kicking alive in me that's not being given medical care. Get the hell away from us. Trying to harass us from a library because your job don't pay you nothing. You coming all the way to a public library harassing somebody about loading a video about their baby not being given medical care. I curse you in the mighty name of Jesus. And don't you follow me down no back streets. So the location where they are framing me to sleep pregnant outside, they don't have good Wi-Fi. So I just loaded the video of God saying that I'm about to file a $250 million lawsuit about Texas children
not giving my baby medical care that I'm carrying. And then they're all out here trying to starve my infant to death in my womb. And you can see the baby kicking in my womb on thousands of videos. So I loaded the video on my Instagram, Melbourne's Mother. They were trying to get the video not to load. Excuse me, I dropped my mirror. And they had me waiting 5 hours for the video to load. So I outsmarted them and I went to the public library here. It says library. And I got it to load on one of my main channels, Melbourne's Mother. My case has been getting hundreds of thousands of views on that channel. I am extremely famous. And so when I went to load it on my other channel, Queen Andrea Jones, they started messing with the upload. And then he started coming to harass me from the library where they're trying to stop the footage from being on that channel. All right, for everybody who knows Andrea Jones all over the country, he want to play dum-dum. These people from North Carolina, they coming all the way from all over the country trying to set me up. Since you want to play dum-dum with me, I said, shut your mouth, disrespecting us. And we're about to win $250 million. We people of color. And you know the evidence to my case. So I'm going to attach the video that you were trying to stop me from loading on my other Instagram channel. So this footage that I'm about to show you all and attach that I was loading on my Instagram is on my channel, Melbourne's Mother. I was able to load it up at that library on my Instagram. They over here trying to set me up with the Ku Klux Klan, and I'm about to win $250 million on some hating shit. So I'm going to attach that footage because then I switched over to my other account and I needed to load the video on that account, and they started messing with the upload. They've been doing this all day and all night, loading the footage up to 9%, 20%, 50%, then jumping it all the way back to 0. So they kept jumping this footage back. Like from as soon as it started loading, they kept jumping it back. And I knew something was wrong because the other video had just loaded. And that's when, hold on, y'all. I don't even want to get nobody on camera because it's everybody trying to frame us so bad out here. So the footage was loading at like 1%, and then it jumped back to 0. 4%, then it jumped back to 0. And then 9%, then it jumped back to 0. I knew something is wrong. Then he walked up on me and was like, man, you gotta go. Like, I'm looking at this dude like, man, it's a quiet location. They had a couple of people sitting over there. They had a white guy sitting over there. They had a Hispanic guy sitting over there. The white guy was over there smoking on the side of the building. The Hispanic guy was in front of the location playing a video game. It was my first time over there. They all know me. They're framing me from all public libraries trying to kill my baby. And the footage is all over this channel that I'm about to load this on. And it's all over all of my Instagram channels. Them setting me up with the baby alive in me, showing the footage inside of the public libraries. So he just popped up out of nowhere. I already knew. I was like, watch while I'm trying to get the video loaded on my other channel. Watch, they're going to try to have some black man try to come coon and come run over here for the KKK, trying to set me up about my case and try to make it seem like I can't be right here loading the video real quick. And they were taking so long messing with the video that, you know, I couldn't say, hey, look, because the video was at like 10%. And I was like, okay, if somebody do come over here and try to harass me about the footage, I said, I'll just be like, yo, look, I'm loading the video on my Instagram. I'm about to win a $250 million lawsuit. It's on 10%. It's loading pretty good. As soon as this video loads, I'm gone. But then they just kept jumping it back to 0%. And I mean, they kept doing it like clockwork. And I could tell that they were tampering. Because when I made this video, they were tampering the audio. So they have the EMS drivers speeding down the road when I'm on my way to get food. And then they're speeding around me when I'm sleeping. As soon as I get ready to sleep, they start running sirens and speeding around me. So he's trying to set me up in the area with the Ku Klux Klan, with the entire area. And they are trying to set us up to be murdered. The main thing is that they're trying to starve the baby to death. So they were tampering the audio where I was recording about the footage. And the part that they tampered was when I was on the phone with Texas Children's Women's Pavilion in the Spirit this morning. And I said, my name is Andrea Jones. They were tampering with that. I said, I'm with an organization. I said, I came to Texas Children's Pediatrics and you guys did not give my infant medical care. They tampered with that. And then I said, I'm filing a $250 million lawsuit. And then they tampered with the audio. They were clicking it. And I had to redo it. And then so I laid down where I am over here and I got the footage that you're going to see in this video that I'm attaching from my Instagram that I just loaded on my channel, Melbourne's Mother, showing the baby alive in me. And I did some audio over the video down here and they were clicking, see they're following me and he's trying to set me up with them. So they were clicking the audio where I said, the baby is alive in me. And they clicked it to where it was like, they just tried to mess up the audio. So I had to redo it and say the baby is alive in me. And I said they're trying to cover up that the baby is alive in me. And God says they have to get the baby out. So that is why he's disrespecting me and trying to stop me from loading my video, pretending like he does not know who I am, and then trying to threaten me with police off of the property. So down here, they're tampering with the video as well, where they're messing with the Instagram app and trying to stop the video from being on my channel, Queen Andrea Antoinette Jones. They're trying to portray me as if I am some sort of junkie, and I am gorgeous, I'm beautiful, but they are doing this for the KKK, for whites. So down here, the Wi-Fi is not that good, but I noticed that it's not the Wi-Fi because the video did load faster outside of the library. They're tampering with the Instagram app and trying to stop the video from being on my channel. So all this road being tore up, they did that as they're having Hispanic males in the area throughout the week. They're surrounding me with the KKK as they're trying to starve me, and then they're trying to stop me from having anywhere to sit down. So this morning I sat at a bus stop down here and I fell asleep, and I talked to Texas Children's on the phone and told them that I'm filing the $250 million lawsuit. I asked God to give me a sign or to show me something in faithfulness that I'm still going to win my lawsuit. And he had me tell the hospital that I'm filing the $250 million lawsuit. So despite this black male disrespecting me, I know he thinks he's a light brother, but despite him disrespecting me in the manner that he did, which is why I told him to be quiet, is because my God, he's already showed me that I have the victory and that I am winning my lawsuit. So I'm not going to allow somebody disrespecting me to cause me to be discouraged. I'm winning the lawsuit. So here is the footage. I'm attaching the footage about what he was trying to interfere with from me loading that video by the library. And it's that I'm about to file a $250 million lawsuit. So once you see this footage, then ask yourself, why would this male be trying to stop this footage from being on my Instagram channel, and Queen Andrea Antoinette Jones. Well, it's Queen Andrea Antoinette. It's Queen Andrea Antoinette. And this channel has several very important videos about my case showing the baby alive in me. So, once you see the footage, then you'll understand why he's trying to stop me from having that footage on my channel. And then they're having me walking around like this without the medical care. And then they are trying to starve the baby to death and disrespect me as he just did. So, of course, I was upset by the time I turned on my camera to show you all what was going on, because this male started threatening me with the police. So everything was very quiet. While they were tampering with the video upload, I was very quiet. And then he just came over there and was like, come on, man. Come on, get up. You got to go. He know I'm not a man. He knows that I'm Andrea Jones, and he knows that I'm pregnant, and he's disrespecting me for the Ku Klux Klan. And I said very calmly, I said, I'm not a man. And he said, oh, okay, well, come on, you got to go. And then I said very calmly, I said, hold on a second. And I started turning on my camera. And he said, no, come on, hurry up. He said, they can see you on the camera, man. He said, he said, they're going to call the police. And then I said very calmly, nobody's calling the police on me. And so as I was putting the camera on, he tried to keep arguing with me, and I started going off because I'm like, you're gonna let me tell what you are over here doing. I'm uploading a video about my baby not getting medical care at Texas Children's Pediatrics, and he's coming over here interfering, trying to stop the video from loading on my channel. And then I told him, he said, come on, man. I said, I'm not a man. And then he's like, come on, they're going to call the police. And nobody's calling the police on me, because God has already told y'all on my channel, Melbourne's Mother, that he's not going to allow the police to harm me. So the fact that you will continue to keep trying to harm me with police while I'm trying to load evidence about my baby not getting medical care, I cast you down in the mighty name of Jesus. And this is the bus stop where God showed that I was calling Texas Children's on the phone and telling them that you did not give my infant medical care when I came to Texas Children's, and that I'm filing a $250 million lawsuit. So you see how they got the tractor all in front of the bus stop, because I sit right there sometimes. And so they just came and put a big ass tractor, tore up the road, and then they're trying to set me up with the KKK all over the community. So look at the footage of the baby alive in me and how long they have been abusing my pregnancy as to why I have the $250 million lawsuit that God says, and then understand why I am upset about this man pretending that he does not know who I am and interfering with the footage being loaded to my Instagram channel, Queen Andrea Antoinette.
So this is inside of Texas Children Pediatrics, in the area where they was trying to say that they've been trying to say I was not pregnant in Texas, and they was trying to abuse the baby, trying to starve us outside. This was at Texas Pediatrics, May 14th, 2023. 3 months later, August 23rd, 2023, I went to Texas Children's Hospital. They denied my infant medical care. I am filing a $250 million lawsuit. I made a playlist of over 100 videos on YouTube. The footage is of my infant in my womb kicking as they were trying to starve my infant to death. They were and they still are trying to cover up that they did not give my infant the medical care. This footage is from May 11, 2025. I recorded this footage laying down on the ground on my back in front of polished dentistry. This morning I fell asleep at a bus stop and I ended up in the spirit on the phone with a woman from a hospital. I said, my name is Andrea Jones. I said I was with an organization. I said I came to Texas Pediatrics. You denied my infant medical care and I am filing a $250 million lawsuit. They are trying to cover up that the baby is alive in me. They are trying to starve the baby to death all over Houston, Texas. Okay, so I have to add in some extra footage. Hold on, they got the Metro people trying to set me up, people getting off the bus trying to set us up. But there was a man that was just standing right there and he was staring at me. And I was about to get ready to sit down where I sleep at night sometimes. And uh, he was staring right at me like it seemed like it was some racist shit. And so I was like, okay, I'm not done here yet because I had already started saving the video at 26 minutes. But I was like, you know what? Let me start filming that he's watching me from right there. And he hurried up and started creeping like behind the bushes as he saw me get my phone out. They over here trying to set me up. So God want me to show this where I've been sleeping, and that's where I filmed the fetal movement. I didn't want to show where I'm sleeping. Everybody knows where I'm sleeping. The owner knows that I'm sleeping over here. Well, one of the business owners over here, but he was staring at me right there, and I have a chair where I was gonna sit down, and he's staring at me, and they over here trying to set me up with the KKK. Okay, so the Holy Spirit want me to film the address. This is where it is. It's 215 WESTHEIMER Road. This is where I'm at. So I'm about to lay down next to this parking lot real quick and get some footage of the baby alive in me. Okay, the guy, he's out there again. He's right there again. He's staring through the gate. He's got on a blue shirt. Um, so he finna sit here and watch me. There y'all can see him. Okay, now he creeping behind the bushes. So I'm finna lay down right here. I got a blanket right here and a pillow. I'm just gonna film the fetal movement that they're trying to starve the baby to death and lie in Texas Children's Pediatrics and say that I'm not pregnant. Everybody knows that I'm pregnant, and so that's why he was disrespecting me, and he was saying. Get up. I said, hold on, give me a second. He didn't even want to give me a second to stand up. He was already trying to threaten me with police because they have the Houston police riding around trying to starve the baby to death with the Ku Klux Klan. So he tried to cut. Well, when I started walking away and I had cut the camera off, he started walking behind me and he started threatening me, saying, "If you come back, I'm gonna call the police on you." That's why he trying to threaten me with the police, telling me if I come back around the library, that he gonna try to call the police on me because they trying to make the police take me somewhere and kill my baby. So I was loading the footage of the fetal movement, and he started coming over there trying to stop me from loading the video. So this is what's going on. I'm sleeping in a chair over here with my feet propped up, and I am pregnant. So they are driving past me all night long in cars, speeding very loudly while I'm asleep, and they are running sirens very loud while I'm asleep because they are trying to stop me from seeing things in the spirit while I'm asleep. Now, the reason why they are trying to stop me from seeing things in the spirit while I'm asleep is because the Holy Spirit is helping me and the baby. God is helping us, and He's exposing their plots while they are trying to set me up with witches and devils. They're doing this with Satanists, saying that they are going to hell and that they've been raping my child. So God is helping us. So I'm going to tell y'all what God showed me. So this morning I was asleep right here, and God showed me going to this restaurant and asking this black male, I guess he was like a manager, if he would give me some food. And he had given me food one time before. I told him that I'm pregnant, and when I went in the restaurant and asked him, I said, "Can you help me with the food? This one time, it'll be the last time." And he said, "Oh, you need to get a job. No, we only have a certain amount of food portioned out for the day." And then he started crying and weeping, like very afraid because they're trying to starve my baby to death. And he knows that they can get in trouble, that they're going to get in trouble for what they are trying to do. They might be tampering with the video a little bit. Okay, so I got up and I went to sleep at this bus stop where they got this tractor trailer in front of me. I just fell asleep for a little moment because it was still like real early. And I got on the phone. Excuse my nails. I got food in my nails. I got on the phone with Texas Children's Women's Pavilion, and I said I was in the parking lot on the phone, and I said my name is Andrea Jones. They're speeding very loud past me right now. Excuse me. They're doing that all night long. I said, my name is Andrea Jones. I'm with an organization. I said the name of an organization, but I can't remember the name of the organization that I said in the spirit. And I said, my name is Andrea Jones. I'm with an organization. And I said, I came to Texas Children's Pediatrics, and I said y'all did not give my infant medical care, and I'm filing a $250 million lawsuit. And I kept speaking in the spirit. I don't remember what else I was saying to the woman over the phone. And then I woke up pregnant at this bus stop with people in my face. So they had a Hispanic male in my face, and he was harassing me, and then he just ran off. It's Sunday. As soon as I went to grab my cell phone. And so I went to get some food, and I asked people to help me with food. People that helped me with the food, and they were trying to starve me. I got the food, and I needed more food by the evening time, and they kept trying to starve me around that McDonald's. Once I came back from the McDonald's with the food, I got smart on them, and I stopped by the library because I had been trying to load the video on Wi-Fi around this area, and they kept stopping the video from loading and pushing it back to 0%, like I was telling y'all. And so I was like, okay, well, I know the public library has decent Wi-Fi. So on my way back from the McDonald's, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sneak over there and load up the video about Texas Children's, the footage of the baby alive in me at Texas Children's, and the playlist about Texas Children's denying my infant the medical care. And so the first video, the video I got to load on my first Instagram, and they were trying to stop it, but I was able to get it on there. And then as I was loading it onto my other Instagram, he came and started harassing and interrupting me. So they have whites and some blacks. Hispanics, they have them following me around, and they were coming past the library, speaking very loudly as if they were going to restaurants and getting into cars. And then they set me up for him to come over there and bother me and make it seem as if I could not sit right there and load my video. So I have the food, and I have not been able to eat hardly any of my food because I was sitting right there trying to load the video. And then now he's causing me to have to do this where I still have not eaten my food yet, but I know that I'm going to win my case. So because the baby is so small, they think they could just keep trying to starve me and then cover up that the baby is alive in me. So this is a close up. Now here's somebody pulling up inside of the parking lot. License plate number SNX2951. They're all trying to set me up about my pregnancy. God wanted me to show y'all the location. This is Polish Dentistry. They're still right there. And so this is why the McDonald's location, why everybody was in the parking lot trying to make it seem like nobody could help me with food. It's okay, baby. Kick for mommy. God is with us. Good baby. Mama about to eat the food. But I need you to do the best that you can to show why this security person is threatening mommy, that he's trying to harm you with police. You're going to be fine. It seems like they're trying to tamper with the video as well. Yeah, they are tampering. They are tampering. How much we winning, baby? How much God say? $180 million. They got everybody in the country trying to make a mockery out of my baby. They got Moneybag Yo, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Cardi B. They got all these people trying to starve my baby to death. And, they will have consequences. But this is why my stomach is so small. I'm getting 180 million, and they not killing this baby. That's what God said, and I gave birth to it. Who this? Ah, my big Lord. So So I want somebody to help me find out the male's information. I'm about to win a $250 million lawsuit. He trying to play me like some punk, and that's why I told him to shut up. Shut up, because you know what you're trying to do, and y'all been raping my little boy. He was 2 years old. Shut up, disrespecting me about my case. Shut up. And I want somebody to find out what his name is, all the information, and let's call the police on his ass. He over here trying to set up a pregnant woman to starve outside and not be given medical care. And the rest of my case is about my child being raped. He's trying to help people get away with raping my child. My little boy is $70 million. Police were raping my child, and he's trying to help them get away with that. Mama love you, baby. Mama love you, baby. Good baby. So I gotta get up. I gotta eat. But I trust in my God. We win in a lawsuit, like he said. See how good my baby respond to love. This is why I told him to shut up. But anyway, I gotta go. I'm finna get up and sit in my chair. I just had to lay down to show y'all because I'm so small. You can see it in the chair too, but you can see it better when I lay down.